Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Just Fun Stuff. We are here on Funland, and Poppy is dressed in her best construction attire because she's going to be on the job site today. There is an area that is in ruins that needs some restoration, so we're going to create that area today. I cannot wait to get started, but before we do not forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Without any hesitation, getting right into it. And like I said, I wanted to clean up my storage. I'd been talking about it a while back, how it's really full, and I've spent a lot of bells on some of the newer items that we have, the castle items in particular. I've used a lot of materials doing the new DIYs, and my storage is kind of packed full of that sort of item. So I really wanted to be able to use them, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. I had some of the construction equipment with me in my storage as well, so I thought, how can I kind of make this all come together? And I thought, how cute would it be if we turned it into like a restoration site, like a construction site? There we could use the castle parts as like a broken down ruined area, like almost like a historical site, I guess, and then we can kind of, you know, fence it off and put the construction equipment around it, you know, make it a whole thing. So that's what we are doing. So aside from this little chat with Apple, we were just putting up just some waterfalls in the background, making a backdrop to where the ruins are going to be. They don't play an integral part. I just thought it's really pretty and I like the waterfalls. So put in a bunch of waterfalls, and now we are just pathing out the area because obviously the ruins are going to be sitting on kind of, you know, a dirt filled area. So we're not going for fancy lines and a lot of movement. We're just going for area filling mostly. So this is the long drawn out process of just putting down the path, and most of it will be filling it up because like I said, I just want to create the area as a kind of a dirt filled area where we're going to put all the castle pieces. And the fun thing about this project, I think, for me anyway, is because I'm calling it the restoring the ruins, or ruins restoration. Sorry, I stumbled on my word. The cool thing is you can almost do a part 2 to it, because now you'll see this when we're finished is all the equipment, and we're gonna have all the scaffolding and all this stuff up, and it's gonna look really, really fun and you know, like we're really restoring an area. And the cool thing is after a while we can kind of take this down, go over to Harv's Island, go do some changing up of some colors, changing around the castle items, and come back with a completely restored area. So it's kind of a fun way to use everything we have in multiple ways and changing it up with your island, because obviously we're gonna have this as the whole construction site's all gonna be fenced in, and you know, danger, don't go in there. Oh, lots of spotlights, by the way, because I couldn't find any other bigger work lights like they would have on a construction site, so I'm using spotlights. So I just got distracted by looking in my storage. But like I said, it leaves you wide open to be able to change up the area again without even having to really take stuff down. You can just kind of move around a few things, change up some colors, and you have a completely different area. So that's where my head was when I was doing this. How can I continually use items that are the same but make it different? And I think this is a really cool and fun way, at least for me. All right, so now we're just shaping things up, and my idea for what I'm doing right now, what Poppy is doing, moving around trees and filling up the area, is obviously you want the ruins themselves isn't going to be a very huge area, but you want it to look like really overgrown, like really taken over by plants and shrubs and trees, and just really kind of cluttered, because that's what the crews are going to be working on, these lost ruins that are all, you know, surrounded by trees and brush and whatnot. And again, stuff that you can move around when you decide that you want to change it up and make another design. And my head's already been going, what do I want to make? What do I want to make? And I'm already coming up with ideas. That's the fun thing about this game, is there's just so many ways to use the same items, and it's so much fun. It's almost like role playing. Like Poppy really is the construction construction worker, and we are really gonna fix this area. All right, but now you can see it starting to take shape. There's some of the castle pieces that we had. And again, I'm not putting them side by side and I'm not making them nice because this is ruined. This is a mess. This needs to be condemned basically, but we don't want to condemn it. It's a beautiful ruined area. Putting a pine tree in between because again, I'm going with that whole overgrown trees everywhere kind of look. Lots of the ruined pillars everywhere, and you can start to see the ruins are coming to life now. All right, we can see what we're doing now. Now it's all about shaping out how do we want the fence, how do we want to use the ground, how are we going to get more stuff in. Like I said, the studio spotlights are perfect for this. Construction sites always have a ton of those big, huge, like halogen lamp things, and as far as I know, there aren't any like that in the game, so I figured Studio Spotlight was like the next best thing, and it really worked. And of course, I had to integrate mush items with that. Tons of the trees. I am obsessed with the pine trees and the boab. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't think I am. Again, need to look up the phonetic spelling of that, but I'm obsessed with them, not only because they look so nice, but I love being able to freely move around trees without having to kick up a path or dig a hole or eat something so that I can dig it up, or I don't have to take it down like that, take out the axe and take it down if it's in the way. Now, don't get me wrong, the real trees are beautiful and they serve their purpose. I mean, obviously, cherry blossom season's coming up, so I'm going to need to plant a bunch of hardwood trees. But like I was saying, the other trees are just so versatile. I absolutely love it. All right, throwing mush items in just for light because I like everything well lit up. And I figure in an overgrown forest, there would be big, giant, tall white mushrooms. All right, a little more fencing. And you can see it starting to take shape. And again, the behind area with the waterfalls, you're going to lose that a little bit, but I feel like it was necessary. It's part of the area, not to mention when you walk behind, as you'll see when Poppy gets closer to being finished, it adds a little something to it, and I like the flowers on it. All right, we're adding a little more fencing. Now with the fencing, I'm not taking it all the way around. Like I don't want to totally enclose this area because then you wouldn't really be able to see it. So my plan after I put up most of the fencing and after I get out a few more decorations is going to just use some cones. And I believe, yeah, I had a safety barrier in my storage. So we're going to use that so that people, you know, don't hurt themselves on the construction site. But there goes the scaffolding. You got to have that holding things together so you can get up and repair it. The jackhammer goes in, excavator. Like these cost a lot of money and pokey because some of them were bought on the other island, and so I just want to use them, and I wanted to use them in a different way, and I think we are definitely succeeding with this. It's really starting to come together. More trees because again, it's just a big overgrown area, but really it's my vision was starting to happen now. Again, like every build I do, well, most builds I do, it's a thought in my head and then trying to put it into the game while I'm playing. Now there have been a few where I've been like so nervous about them that I've actually like made drawings and tried to replicate the drawing. And if we're being totally honest, that usually doesn't work out for me and I end up throwing the drawing mid-video. So I find this way works a little bit more for me. Now, do I go back and forth to my storage? A lot more. Absolutely. But I think in the end, you end up with a really authentic, really fun, really cool idea. And it works better for me. All right, bulldozer in eventually. I wanted it going lengthwise. There we go. stepladder, of course. You gotta have the construction tools. And again, I had so much of this stuff. My storage is ridiculously full, so wanted to be able to use all of it. And there's been things that that you buy when you see it in the store or at Happy Home Paradise, and you're like, ooh, I like that, and you never know when you're gonna use it. This is that build. You could pretty much throw anything in there and it works. I found blueprints at one point, and they've been sitting in my storage for a while now, and I was like, what am I ever gonna use that for? Well, this, for the restoration product. We put up a little sign that says ruins, just so, people walking by know, but definitely a construction site. There's our table with our blueprints on it. How cute is that? Now people coming by can see, oh, the construction guys are working with their blueprints, fixing this broken down, ruined area. They're restoring it. Who knows what it's going to be when it's done? Like I said, I have ideas. So I'm kind of excited to see where it's going to go. Putting in more spotlights. I can't wait to see this at night. I think it's going to be, there's so many spotlights, so it's going to be really, really lit up. But there you have the finished product. We are done. There is our ruin site, our construction site. Like I said, you can go in behind. You can see all the extra decoration that we put in. But it's just such a cute and fun way to use all the items that we have left over from so many other builds that were super expensive and just use them in a different way. And I think it turned out great. I can't wait to see what our ruins is gonna be, but this is what we ended up with today. I hope you had fun watching this. I had a lot of fun building it. I want to thank you guys though for watching and listening along with me, for liking and subscribing, and I'm definitely going to be back with more Animal Crossing videos.